Right, Forest fans, Max Newton here, giving you a quick review of Nottingham Forest 1. The Scousers won at the world famous City Ground on Talk Forest TV. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. What a game! What a game we knew it was going to be. What a game! Just what a top of the table clash. Everybody talking about Forest. There's been too much Forest content on mainstream media for me to read. Normally I'm like, yeah, click on the BBC website and click the Forest bit, and there's a bit of an extra report on the game, and there's Paul Taylor and Danny Taylor in the Athletic, and this and that, and there might be 5 or 10 minutes on Talk Sport, and Simon Jordan writing us off, and everybody else saying, well, we're playing well, but I expect us to fall away. Wall-to-wall Forest coverage on Talk Sport, wall-to-wall Forest coverage on BBC Sport. Too much content for me to read ahead of the game. The world watching this game. Everybody up for it. People on Talk Sport predicting a Forest 2-1 win. Phenomenal stuff. The situation that we're in before the game. The team lineup, I thought, I predicted that we'd play Dominguez in the middle, but I thought he might go a cheeky Yates, and he did go cheeky Yates. I think probably based on the way he bullied and dominated McAllister in the Anfield fixture, and can do that. And I thought, what, he might just say, Yatesy, just go and fucking shithouse them and get in their heads for 50, 60 minutes, take a booking. As soon as you do, we'll bring Dominguez on. And Yates did brilliantly. I think he got a yellow card. The referee seemed to give us a yellow card for holding somebody on the halfway line with his back to goal, and no yellow cards for that shocking foul on Morgan Gibbs-White on the edge of our box. And like minutes later, after they gave that one for holding with their back to goal, Tyrell Wanyi held and pulled down, and nothing given. So I think the referee was poor, to be honest. But then I guess, to be fair, he let some go. He let Murillo go and sort of charge somebody out of the way, NFL style, in the first half. And yeah, so I think first half we didn't have the ball for the first 8 minutes. We defended well, but we couldn't. We weren't quite linking up. We weren't quite. Didn't feel like we were quite composed enough in possession to keep the ball and to get the counter-attacks going and stuff. And I think Liverpool already maybe had a shot or two, but first half, their shots were appalling. They were miles over the way. It was 3 points to Wigan every time. It was incredible. And Salah was one of the worst, like best player in the Premier League. Absolutely appalling tonight. Like, all his shots were wild. He had one in the second half that Matt Sells saved brilliantly, but I thought Salah was appalling. And then Forest, first real time we got anything going. Lovely ball. Well, Callum Hudson-Odoi wins the ball. Lovely ball inside to Alanga, who found himself come inside. And lovely ball to Chris Wood. And Woodinho on his left foot. Brilliant finish. Absolute bedlam in the City Ground. Incredible atmosphere already. And that just like, wow, absolutely amazing. And rest of the first half, Matt Sells did not have a save to make. Liverpool looked like they ran out of ideas. They had shots from distance that were miles over and miles wide, and we looked dangerous on the counter attack. I thought we looked like we could score every time we went forward. As the half went on, I thought we were probably looking like, we need to get in. We need to get in at 1-0, and we did. Brilliant, absolutely superb. Second half, Slot sent the players out early, and this is what they've done quite a lot this season. Is Liverpool is come out hard in second half after a disappointing first half, and yeah, they dominated the game second half, and they started to create more chances, and throughout the half, Murillo, phenomenal. I think I've seen some numbers that The amount of clearances and blocks Murillo made in that game is like 20 for each. It's like absolutely phenomenal. And, he won countless headers, countless blocks. Milenkovic also thought Nico Williams was incredible against Mo Salah. Ole Einar, the usual brilliant self. And if they got past those players, which they started to do in the second half because they're a bloody good team, the top of the table, the best team in the Champions League at the moment. Matt Sells was phenomenal. Two world-class saves. One from Salah, I think, has been overrated a little bit. One I think he should save. But there was a block in the second half that was brilliant, and there was a low save to a deflected shot that he saved out wide, was phenomenal. Really disappointing way to concede the goal. Nuno will be disappointed that we conceded a goal from a corner to the smallest player on the pitch. And you know what? Probably 2 or 3 minutes later, we'd have probably brought Morata on to see out the game. But then, as it happened, we were 1-1. And you know what? If we were a team that was trying to stave off relegation, we'd have gone 1-1 at that point. What was that? 72nd minute or something. We'd have brought Morata on and defenders, and we'd have tried to see the game out. But we didn't. We made attacking substitutions. We went for it. We left our most attacking players on the pitch. And Liverpool dominated possession. They had lots of chances. We made lots of clearances, lots of saves, but we still looked a threat on the break. And if we could have just been a little bit more careful in possession with some of those counter attacks, we might have got that winner. There was just a couple where we just were a little bit sloppy right at the last bit of an attack. But also we had some lovely crosses into the box. Alanga had a brilliant free kick, really well saved by their keeper. There was I think Morgan Gibbs White cross, and Jota, I think he probably got a toe to it, but it was just not enough, and it went out wide. So we still looked dangerous, but I think it became then a real test of whether our subs are as good as the players on the pitch, and they did a good job. Where the referee got 7 minutes of injury time from, I do not know. There was no VAR. There was only one goal. Most of the subs were done in. There was a lot of subs, but they were done in like 2s and 3s. There was no trainers on the pitch, so 7 minutes felt like a long time. For like 3 or 4 minutes, too much. But Forest saw it out, and actually saw it out quite comfortably in the end. And what else? Mo Salah has only 3 games as Mo Salah not scored or assisted. 2 of those are against Forest. Brilliant baiting of on the slots. I think Nico, big shout out to Nico Williams, arguably, apparently the best player in the Premier League he was up against, and I thought he did brilliantly. I think Mo Salah was also had a really poor game, lots of shots way over. Morgan White, brilliant. Anderson, brilliant. Chris Wood, fantastic finish for the goal. Elanga, I think everybody to a man was fantastic. The crowd was fantastic. I did not hear any tragedy chanting or any of that. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't hear any. It was in the Trent End, didn't hear anything, or even like sign-ons or anything like that, which I think is a good thing. I think it was a brilliant game of football. It was a brilliant test of 2 different styles and 2 different philosophies and way of playing football. I think it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. And we go away really, really happy with the point. Because we're undefeated. We played the runaway leaders of the Premier League, leaders of the Champions League, undefeated. We go again. Come on, you Reds.